Greetings of peace and welcome to Session 6, How to Meditate. In this session, we're going to discuss the law of karma. As we mentioned in the last session, one of the benefits of meditation is that through the beautiful experience, the pure vibrations that we have during meditation, it helps to neutralize old negative experiences of past. You might ask that what does karma have to do with meditation? The word karma is actually a Hindi word, and it just means action. The definition of karma in English is action. Very simple. However I feel right now in my life, whatever is my state of mind, it has a direct connection to all of the actions I have performed and all of the actions others have performed that have affected me. So we need to have a deep look into this subject, because when we start practicing meditation, when we really get in touch with our own thoughts and feelings, then we become more aware of everything going on inside. Karma is very, very easy to understand, even though the subject itself is very deep and broad. For this session, I'll just talk in very general terms. There are basically two types of karma: good karma and bad karma. Good karma relates to everything which I do that brings some positivity to myself and to others. If I help someone cross the street, I might give clothes to someone who doesn't have proper clothes, to feed someone who doesn't have food to eat. These types of things are all good karmas, good actions. And we have three things at our disposal within us to do good karma: my thoughts, my words, and my actions. So whatever I think about others, and even about myself, this all gets deposited in my account of karma. Whatever I say to others and whatever actions I perform, this is all deposited into my account. Law of karma is very similar to accounting. And what we would like to do is understand how all of this is calculated in general. This will help us a lot in our practice of meditation, because finally we want to make ourselves not just peaceful during meditation, but I would like my life to be peaceful. So when we look at the good karma, it's something we don't really have to worry about. Whatever good things I have already done, and whatever good things I'm doing now, that's all being credited to my account, and it's almost like a CD or a fixed deposit. It's earning interest on its own. I don't need to worry about it. What we really need to be aware of, and I would say concerned about, is whatever we can say bad karma which we have done. Bad karma just refers to giving sorrow to others. And this is the account which really needs to be resolved so that emotionally and mentally I become more peaceful. Even if I am completely innocent and someone else has done something which has affected me negatively, even that is something which I want to resolve. Why? Because I want to take my life in my hands, not to leave that up to someone else to make me happy. I would like to have control over how I feel. So even if it is something that was not my fault and it has affected me negatively, even then, or I would say especially then, it's something I would like to resolve within myself. So when we look at this account, you can call it a debt or an account, there's a process, a very simple process of how to settle this account. Because in our practice of meditation, we will definitely encounter everything within us, good and bad. And this power of peace really helps us to overcome whatever difficulties we may be facing, either inside or outside. So the first step in this process of settling my account is honesty. I need to be really honest with myself. To whom have I given sorrow? How I gave them sorrow? And what was the character trait that was behind that or responsible for that? So this is a little talk between me being really honest with myself and with this beautiful light. Another thing we want to be very clear about is what role does this being of light, the source of peace, what role does this being play in our individual karmic accounts? So when I am really going deep and being honest with myself, which, by the way, requires a lot of courage to see myself really honestly as I am and what needs to be resolved. When I have a little talk with this light, between me and this light, to discuss this, to be honest about it, it makes me feel light. Anytime we're very honest with ourselves, it makes us feel very light. So the first step is to be courageous and have real honesty with ourselves. This makes me feel very light, and it reduces the burden of this account by some percentage. And the result is it opens a window of opportunity to do something about it. So the next step, step 2, is once I have really taken some time to assess what account I have that's present, and we can remember in our life back to when we were very small, 3 or 4 or 5 years old, we can remember back that far. So this gives me a chance to assess what is in my account and what I need to resolve. The step number 2 is to obviously avoid repeating whatever I have done which gave sorrow to others, and start focusing on doing something good. Because we have to do something good to change whatever was done wrong and to change our situation. We need to do some type of goodness. I'll give you an example. One time I was in India and I was standing outside of a temple. And this homeless person, a beggar, he was walking towards me. And he had his hand open with a few rupees in his hand. If you don't know, a rupee it takes about 47 rupees to make $1. So about 2 cents per rupee. So this fellow was walking. He was really in a very pathetic situation. His hair was long, maybe never washed. You could see he was emaciated, was having trouble just surviving. So as he approached to me, I saw he had just a few rupees in his hand, and I was expecting him to ask me for money. But as he got closer, he did not make eye contact, and he walked right past me. So I was curious. I turned around, I watched him go inside of the temple, and he took out a few rupees from what little he had, and he gave it for donation. That was such a moving experience and a real lesson for me that whatever is my situation, finally, I need to do something good to change it. Now, this brings us to the third step, and that is that there's actually a catch in this, which is that when I set out to do something good, when I start performing actions, finally, my own character, whatever is inside, will come out. So if there are any negative tendencies which I have diagnosed in the first step by looking deeply and seeing what's in, and basically most of us already know because these negative tendencies cause us a lot of grief anyway, even if we're not thinking about it. So when I set out to do something good, then my character traits will come out. And whatever negative tendencies are there, even if I'm trying to do something good, whether it's a charity work or something spiritual, then these negative character traits can interfere, and I end up not doing something good, even though that was my intention. For example, if there's a tendency of jealousy or competition, unhealthy competition, whatever negative tendency it may be, it can interfere in me being able to do something good. So this brings us to the fourth step, which is charity begins at home. The first great act of charity, the first most valuable donation which we can make, is to donate these negative tendencies. How can we do this? We need power. We need spiritual power so that we can conquer the negative tendencies inside, so that I can be happy and I can be peaceful. When we have nice, very powerful, very concentrated, beautiful experience of meditation, this is like a spiritual fire, and it starts to burn the negative tendencies. It gives me strength to overcome these negative tendencies. And it also reduces the intensity of these negative tendencies. This is really the most critical step, because without this spiritual power, whatever negative tendencies are there will go on resurfacing and end up dictating what I do instead of me deciding what good I want to do. These are the basic steps in settling our account, and it's really a very beautiful process. It's like having a fresh start in life, a new beginning. Now, there's a few points regarding law of karma. One is that law of karma is not the law of revenge, meaning that someone could not slap someone and say, well, they must have slapped me in the past, even in the past birth, and so I'm just settling the account. It doesn't work like that. Whatever action I perform gets recorded in my account. and whatever actions others perform gets recorded in their account. So the good news about this is that my account, how I feel, how my life is going to be driven, is entirely in my hands. This source of peace, this beautiful light, is really an ocean of mercy. This being of light never judges us, and this light doesn't even punish us, because he doesn't need to. Whatever actions I perform, I will naturally get the fruits of those actions, or the consequences of those actions, whatever it may be. The role of this supreme light, this beautiful light, is to help us. This light is like a purifier, and whatever may have been taken from me, maybe through bad relationship, or whatever I may have done wrong, this being of light is ready to help me 100%. I just need to make a little bit of effort to start working on this. And why I'm saying this? Because when we start becoming introspective, all of this will surface anyway. It is already affecting us anyway, all of the actions we've performed and the actions that others have performed that have affected us. It is all affecting us anyway. So why not take a little bit of time and resolve it? This way I can have a fresh start, and I can really get to the root of how I'm feeling. Also, in the law of karma, there's no free ride. Whatever we take from others, even if they give it to us free, it's like an account of taking. There's a saying that every grain of rice has a name written on it. So the more giving we are, the more our good account will increase. We have 3 things, 3 possessions at our disposal that we can use to perform good karma. That is, our mind, our body, and our wealth. All of these 3 things can be used for doing good karma. This law of karma this topic is a lengthy one, so we're going to divide this topic into 2 sessions, and we will take up a continuation of this topic of law of karma in the next session. So let us conclude our session with a nice meditation and put everything in perspective. Have a quick look at our map of meditation so I can visualize myself going from physical consciousness up to a higher consciousness and connect with this gentle, loving light. First of all, with my mind, I make this body of mine completely still. Relax my hands and my feet and my neck, completely relaxed. As I go on this inward discovery and look deep within myself, I review all the things I've done with an honest heart, with courage, and in this consciousness, in this place of honesty, this loving light is present. This being is an ocean of mercy, because this being of light is not just a light, not just a source of peace, but this being is live and conscious. This being knows how I feel deep inside without me saying anything. And this being also knows what I need. I feel waves of very soothing, comforting, calm coming towards me. This is a new start for me, a new beginning. Let the past be past. This is a new time, a new day, a new life. I feel so light because I know whatever needs to be resolved within me, I don't have to do it alone. This being of light is a purifier. Whatever has been taken from me, whatever I've lost whatever I've given away. This being of light restores me, fills me with power, this spiritual strength inside inspires me to do something good for myself, for others. I feel content inside. All the work has just begun, but I'm in the right direction, and this brings me a lot of peace. Past is past. Now I focus on today and creating a beautiful tomorrow. My mind is focused, determined, courageous. I am a peaceful being. In this consciousness, I am in complete silence, and this power of silence gives me so much strength. And makes me fearless. Anytime I want to, I can take my mind up, away from this body of mine, and connect with this source of peace, this being of light. So we will conclude today's session. Remember your homework. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, and during the day, 2 times for 1 minute. If you practice this, you will definitely start experiencing peace in your life. Until next time, look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. USA Central Time.